one point that is coming through loud and clear across everybody is that we're all trying to get together to support our educators and our district partners, meeting them where they are, answering the questions that they need. But to be able to do that, we need to be able to collaborate and communicate effectively. So can you please tell me more about how you built and managed these relationships and these communication mechanisms, especially with the school districts?
This is a tricky one, but one that I also think is so critical. Partnerships were and continue to be the key to CLIP. I suspect our colleagues here will say something similar about their projects. If we're going to break down silos, we have to partner and we have to collaborate. And sometimes that means collaborating with unlikely partners. For CLIP, a key piece of the design and facilitation was acknowledging that organizations who normally might be competitors, like, for example, two different curriculum providers, are going to collaborate with the same organizations and at times even with each other. The district partners were also essential, especially because we aim to create a solution that serves them. So we need them to be a part of the process. Our district partner was there from the beginning, all the way at the beginning of development, including them in our developing of the research agenda that shaped the work. We were sure to include them and make sure that they knew that they mattered and that their priorities were also our priorities in addition to other members of CLIP. And everyone who's a part of the consortium had a seat at the table and was given space to be heard. This also meant that things took longer and they were not linear, but it helped to maintain each organization's engagement and partnership. So that's what I would say about that.
I'll chime in here. I am fortunate to have very passionate teammates here at Infinite Campus. We believe in the potential for this effort, and we have from the beginning, and have been willing to work at it to get results. As is typical, the original plan did not go, it didn't pan out technically like we were expecting it to. So we had engineers from both sides. Both organizations had to work together to really troubleshoot and problem solve around how we were going to get around this. But once we had a solution determined, it was a matter of coordination to get it done. I'll also say that Natalie Lapaco, who is our analyst on the project, she used to be a teacher. She works so well with teachers and administrators. She understands where they're coming from and she enjoys helping them and teaching them about our different features and doing demos. So she's a natural collaborator, natural teacher. When Jaunelle connected her to the right people, I knew it was in good hands.
I'd like to echo both what Jaunelle and Carla have just shared. Our approach to forming and maintaining collaborative relationships has been very iterative in nature and certainly not a linear process. We have throughout our project maintained a constant line of communication with our partners. In particular, in the early stages of our center, we co-constructed our research agenda with our district and provider partners. And in doing so, we had to come back to the group many times to revisit specific decisions around language and framing, to really make sure we had everyone's buy-in before jumping straight into the work. I'll also add, as Paul described earlier, our center has a robust set of learning community activities. So in that process, we're meeting monthly with our district partners to check in with them and the issues that they're facing. We host a series of virtual brown bag sessions, and we also have an in-person convening annually. And so collectively, these activities really bring everyone together and build those relationships. And on top of those more formal activities, we also are constantly communicating one-on-one with key district personnel who are in research and data roles to help move our work forward. The key here has really been keeping an open line of communication so that everyone feels comfortable raising issues as they arise.
I wonder if I can provide a few common themes that we all hear. You know, if we were in a real estate webinar where we talk about location. Here we talk about communication. And again, there's some really interesting idiosyncrasies because analysts and school district folks and providers, we all care about the same thing. We want to make a difference in the lives of kids, but we do it in different ways. We do it with different languages, and it's actually really important to be able to find the time to meet at those tables that take time to be able to work through issues. In that communication piece, it's really important to practice the time-honored stance of no surprises. And I think that comes up over and over and over again. again, whether you're an analyst or whether you're a curriculum provider in a school district. The final thing that just runs through as I listen to my colleagues is time becomes a really interesting factor here, because the time that it takes to analyze something is different than the time that it takes to be able to communicate and get something done tomorrow in a classroom in a school district, which is different than the time it takes for the provider to provide the data. So dealing with the different aspects of time and yet respecting the folks that we're working with, especially on the front line, they need to have something before the end of the day to be able to work with their students or their colleagues, and they need something by the next morning, and sort of juggling those needs with the needs to do the work well and to do the analytics well is a really important piece of understanding each other and understanding each other's perspective on time.
Well, thank you, Paul. You're kind of doing my job for me a little bit, so I appreciate that. But I also wanted to just think about the time it takes to build the relationships at the beginning, like Amy was talking about the co-creation of the agenda, and not just extracting stuff from the district. It's really like we're working together, and that takes time to build that relationship.